With our RFID solutions for HMIs, we offer a secure and convenient way to authenticate in the field. Especially in industries like chemicals and pharmaceuticals, it's important to reliably protect system access and production data. And here we have two driving forces. On one hand, there are the companies themselves that want to reliably secure their facilities. And on the other hand, we have legal requirements. These include standards, regulations, directives, and guidelines, specifically the Cyber Resilience Act or the Radio Equipment Directive, the RED. Additionally, there are industry-specific standards such as GMP Annex 11 in the pharmaceutical sector. This involves digital documentation, as well as access restrictions. HMIs are particularly important here. They allow access to the underlying systems. That's MES, for example, or DCS, or SCADA. In this way, the HMI provides access to the systems and serves as a window into the digital control system of the plant. And this is precisely where the safety-critical importance of HMIs lies. Because someone who has access can not only view sensitive data, but can also actively influence the plant. This means that only the person who actually has access should be allowed to perform the steps for which they have authorization. Access rights should therefore be clearly defined and strictly controlled. Many plants still have a piece of paper stuck to the device with the username and password written on it. And with this, users can log in quickly without having to search for user data. This is, of course, fast and simple. But here we have significant security risks, because anyone who is near the device can theoretically log in with these user credentials. At a plant, we have multiple security levels. The first level would be one account for all employees that everyone can log in with. That's the piece of paper we just talked about, right on the device. The next level would then be individual user accounts with personal passwords. This means every user gets their own password. And these accounts can usually also be integrated into a domain, for example, in an Active Directory. And through this, you can then centrally manage access rights, and employees who are no longer active can be removed from the system. This means the system always stays up to date. But here too, we again have the risk that user data and passwords can be written down and then used by third parties to log in. The next level would then be two-factor authentication. In addition to a personal password, we have a physical factor, for example, an RFID tag. This can be a company ID card that has an RFID tag in it. This means the user can authenticate at the device with their card, and only then can they enter their password. A possible future level would then be multi-factor authentication, meaning in addition to the RFID tag, the physical factor, and the password, we also have another factor. Biometric verification is one option. Certain wristbands have a fingerprint sensor, letting the user verify their identity using biometrics. And only when the user has verified themselves biometrically is the RFID tag in the wristband unlocked, allowing authentication at the device with the RFID tag and then entry of the password. So here we have a relatively extensive process. And the trend is clear. Access to safety-critical HMIs is being regulated more and more strictly and more specific, with the goal of securing plants. And on the other hand, to be able to trace who did what and when, complete traceability means that every action, every operation should be able to be assigned to an identifiable person, and preferably at the location where it happens, at the place of use. This also means that in the field, one should authenticate directly at the device whenever possible. Here, Pepperl+Fuchs supports with integrated RFID solutions for HMI systems. For example, we have the VisuNet GXP with an optionally integrated RFID reader directly in the display unit. This way, we allow operators to authenticate at the device directly in the field. The reader can be configured quickly and easily through the VisuNet RM shell. That's Pepperl+Fuchs' own firmware for thin client devices. This means existing ID cards and company badges can be integrated seamlessly and effortlessly into the plant structure. The component that is built into the VisuNet GXP is also available as a standalone variant with USB interface. This can then be integrated into the control cabinet or our VisuNet Flex system, for example. What makes the devices special is the approval for hazardous areas. Here we have a whole range of international approvals. For the standalone component, we have approval for Zone 222 and Division 2, and for the VisuNet GXP with integrated RFID reader, we even have approval for Zone 121. With our RFID solutions for HMIs, we offer a secure and convenient way to authenticate in the field. And this is especially interesting for complete traceability in the chemical and pharmaceutical industries. Here, these solutions provide a crucial part in supporting plant operators when it comes to implementing a comprehensive security and authentication concept, even in the most demanding areas, such as hazardous areas.
Thank you.